Also, I'm gonna leave the bike in. Mail from Victor. Port not giving it everything. Hey Sam, was thinking I'd report back to you on how we were doing over here. First things first, the Cryo Network blew my mind. It's so much better than what I was expecting. The latest news from Capital Knot, Waste Station Dispatch, and Distro Centers update in real time without any lag whatsoever. What's more, we can now rely on generator power to keep us online. That alone's a real game changer. We can send and receive all kinds of supplies too, even without the help of porters like you. As long as we got the raw materials, the cryo printer can provide us with most anything we need. You should see the skyline here, cranes all over the place. The city's turned a corner, if you ask me. To be honest, it's almost brings a tear to my eye to see everything, to see how far we've come. Sad face with the tear. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. The important thing is that it's all going much better than expected. Catch you later, Sam. Put the in the garage since we can't take it with us. I think. Wait, what is unlocked? Oh, probably another color. I'll check that later. Make delivery, share, chip.
What a wonderful gift. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. Death Stranding low roar.
Thank you for...
12-inch of the soundtrack to the legendary video game Death Stranding, featuring tracks such as I'll Keep Coming and Easy Way Out. Listening to it is sure to send the soul-soothing oxytocin surges around your system. And by the time it's finished, you'll be holding hands with anyone who happens to be beside you. Game director Hideo Kojima discovered the music of Low Roar by chance while browsing in a record store in Iceland and went to use I'll Keep Coming in the first trailer of the game. A perfect example of the strands of fate doing their work.
Your contribution.
Yank.
Have a pleasant journey. Have a pleasant journey.
Phoebe enjoyed the spread.
Gonna catch a ride on that boat, Sam?
I
Before you do,
guess.
be aware that you'll have to leave behind any cargo you haven't gotten around to delivering. It'd be a shame to abandon something important, though, especially if you were close to finishing a run. My advice, put that stuff in your private locker in Port Knot City. Or, if you're feeling responsible, you could just delay your boat trip until you've tied up loose ends. It's your call.
I've tired up loose ends. All my ends are tired up. Most of them. In a wave, bye. Bye, buddy. Bon voyage.
Snack?
You came through then.
I don't break that easy. Name notwithstanding.
You saw that asshole too, right?
Higgs. He's the leader of a separatist group.
Seemed to me like he was controlling that BT.
That's level 7 for you. Higher, maybe.
What?
Seems like you know a lot about him.
Used to work together.
Level
Guess you
7
could
is
say we had a contract.
controlling BTs.
You did business with terrorists? Whoever pays, huh?
He wasn't like that back then.
So what's your angle? You want to save the world, or you want to fuck it all up like him?
I just wish things were different, all right? Here's all right. Don't worry, she still floats. Come on, we're the only cargo left.
Fragile. Fragile.
We should get there tomorrow.
My picture.
I told you before, Sam. The past just won't let go. Listen, I have something to ask of you. It has to do with that asshole, Higgs.
He's asleep. Imagine how tired you have to be to fall asleep just instantaneously like that while somebody's talking to you.
Sam? Sam? Do you remember?
December.
It's almost time to go, Sam. I had no idea until you told me. No idea that I was alive. Living is no different from being dead if you're all alone.
Poor Mom. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home.
I realized for Sam to be here, he must have died as a kid somehow. I think.
Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you. Did you forget how to go home? Come on. I'll take you halfway.
Or maybe it's
And then you can do the rest by yourself.
maybe it's a weird dream.
Better now? I'll be waiting for you on the beach. Come and find me. We used to play together a lot in this place.
You brought me here. I couldn't make the trip on my own.
So long as you have a body to return to, you can't come and go as you please.
So you can't just come back east through here.
Not until you make us whole again, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach. Come and find me.
It reminds me of the riding scene. What was the snake? Both.
I don't know how you sleep. Need to pick me up? Welcome to Lake Knot City. What?
Nothing.
Let's go. This cargo is from Port Knot City, bound for Lake Knot. I'll leave these up to you. The dispatch terminal is up ahead. In the meantime, I've got some business to attend to. Later, alligator.
Later, alligator. I guess we'll turn this in until we get access to our room. Then we'll call it. Why is that in my hand? Oh. Memory here.
There we go.
Oh, my skeleton is dead, I think.
In the morning, rest the pain.
Leak on city.
Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Welcome, welcome. You're watching your boat the whole way. I hate to be a hard ass, but I've got to ask. Everything you're transporting above board? Nothing dangerous or illicit? I'm sure they checked you on the way in, but I'm gonna have to take a second look. All clear. Not picking up anything unusual. Cargo looks great too. Been a while since we got some of this stuff.
Some of that stuff is sperm. That's gross. Ceramics cannot be used at UCA affiliate facilities. The amount of can be used in Lake Knot City has increased.
Sorry for the hassle. Can't be too careful these days. Oh, we heard you were carrying a Cupid. That right? You're clear to link us up.
Tink. Liam Link has provided a design for the following: smoke emitting decoy cargo. New interview data acquired. Preppers and Lake at ground zero. Now connected.
So we're finally on the network. Long time coming. We won't hold anything back. Capital Knot City will get everything. If all this info sharing makes everyone safer, I'm all for it. You can bet I'm not the only one here who feels that way. I suppose it was better when Bridges 1 first came this way. At least I don't remember terrorists and BTs making our lives difficult back then. Well, be careful out there. The world's not what it used to be. And thank you.
Finally made it past ground zero, Sam. Congratulations. And thank you. It'll only get harder from here, though. When we first came through, it was different. Peaceful. The 3 cities out there, Lake, Middle, and South Knot, were all on board with our plans for reconstruction. Fragile Express was contracted by all 3 and kept supplies moving and people connected. But that all changed a year ago, when the Separatists carried out their attacks. One took out Middle Knot City. They detonated nukes from the old days. Half of South Knot City went up in the other. Casualties were devastating. Bridges doesn't have the resources to link up the remaining cities on its own. We need to secure the support of everyone, even those who want nothing to do with the UCA. Impossible as that may seem.
The situation has changed dramatically since Bridges 1 first went west. The destruction of Middle Knot in particular forced us to adapt a new strategy. It's like Amelie said, we don't have the time or resources to construct another knot on that scale. That's why we've taken to cutting deals with preppers and the like. Our only recourse is to utilize their shelters to bolster the strength of the network.
Takes a special kind of person to live out here on their own. The kind that'll tell us to fuck off if we ask them to join the UCA.
Oh, we know. No one's expecting them to say yes up front. But even if they don't like dealing with most people, they got on okay with Fragile Express.
Don't tell me. You want us to use her credentials to get in good with them?
Bingo. She's agreed to it too.
And in exchange, she gets...
Nothing really. A chance to get back at Higgs, I suppose? I can't blame her for wanting one. He took everything from her and then some. Time healed some wounds, but not hers. The work ahead won't be simple or easy, but it needs doing. Get some rest for now. We'll talk more later.
Here.
For me?
It's called a key proof. It means knot in old words. You can also use it to count stuff. I add a knot when I make a friend.
Okay. Then how about I add another knot every time I see you? This must be very important to you if you were able to bring it here. Very special.
It is special. I made it for you.
I'll treasure it, Sam.
Something to eat?
Don't you knock?
Why are you here?
Ask your boss man.
No. I mean, why are you here?
Got a delivery for Porter. You're gonna need this on the road ahead. This will ID you as an associate of Fragile Express. It's woven from my blood and chiral crystals. Think of it as a kind of bond. Preppers around these parts won't give you trouble so long as you've got it. We were the only people making deliveries out here. This was our territory. Until Higgs fucked it all up. Me, the Express, our reputation, all of it.
And now you want to fuck them back. On your own.
I'm not on my own. The cave, Port Knot City, next to your bed. So far apart, yet somehow we keep meeting. All that BT country in between where I should have been caught in a void out. Yet here I am. Here I am.
You can use the beach?
I have a beach. You've got yours. I've got mine. I use it to jump across space. I can't conjure up BTs the way Heeks can, but I can go after him. Chase him to the beach. Problem is, everyone's got their own way in. I'm only allowed to pass through the beach I know and understand. I'm sure you've heard the term multiverse.
You alright?
The jumps take a lot out of me. Suck my blood dry. You're going to Edgenut City, right? Place is full of terrorists. But if you're dead set on it, then you're gonna have to deal with Heek sooner or later.
Look, I make deliveries, killing monsters and terrorists. It's not what I do.
What if we did it together? I could use my power to help you. We don't have to want the same thing to be on the same side. I could send you across my beach. To any place the Chiralian's thick enough. Any place connected to the chiral network.
What do you expect in return?
I expect you to think it over. Here. Call it an incentive. And call me if you need me. This will keep us connected. See you when I see you.
Fast travel jumping with Fragile. Don't keep others waiting. Alright. So now we've unlocked the fragile jump, which lets us jump to any facility we've been, but we can't take any items. If I remember correctly. Why isn't this here? Oh. Wait, never mind. That's a completely different spot. That is where whatchamacallit blew up. The beginning of the game. So if I want, I can go travel over here. You're currently cargoed and placed in a facility private locker. Are you sure you want to perform a jump? And then what's her face comes. Examine. Now we can eat these guys. Those guys restore your blood, which makes sense why Fragile needs to eat these all the time. Because her teleporting takes the blood out of her. Digesting crypto bite. Last one. Alright, we'll read some things here and then I'm gonna call it. Mail. William Lake. Don't keep the others waiting. Hey Sam, can't tell you how good it is to see you coming over the water on the boat. First time we've welcomed so much as a turd in what must be 2 years now. Some folk even were even saying everything east of Ground Zero must have been wiped out completely. The occasional message drifted in from HQ, but people, not a one. We'd half given up on the Cupid ever being finished. On the second expedition, the whole shebang. And then you show up, and with a working Cupid to boot, on knight in shining armor. Thumbs up. Sorry, don't mean to sound like I'm not grateful. I am, more than you know. Every single person here was waiting for someone like you to come along, and there'll be more waiting west of here. A lot more. You best go find them. Preppers. Fragile. When I was a little girl, my father told me that preppers were people who decided long ago that they couldn't trust their nation to be there for them. That the bonds between us had grown weak long before the Death Stranding. We once had a network spanning the whole wide world that could send items from anywhere to anywhere and connected anyone to anything. But still, we are isolated. Still, we are alone. Some liked it that way and even wanted more. They wanted walls along their borders, wanted to churn away refugees and outsiders. Some even wanted new nations all their own. They began to see the state as an enemy of freedom, not as a protector of it. The one most far gone, they didn't trust the country to defend them if something went really wrong. War, terrorism, natural disaster, you name it. So they built shelters and stocked full of supplies in preparation for the worst. And then the worst happened, the Death Stranding. America ceased to exist, and their shelter became their homes, where they would live and they would die. But while they prepared, they hadn't prepared to live there forever, which is why they wound up relying on us couriers so heavy. My father and I didn't want to go back to the old America. We didn't want a country that pushed people apart. We wanted one that brought them together, that allowed them to support one another. And that was what we tried to work towards. Victor. Port 2 years ago. The lake at Ground Zero. When I first laid eyes on the lake here at Ground Zero, I was blown away by the sheer size of it. I never imagined anything could be so huge. This was just after the Death Stranding, and not many people had seen the crater up close yet. Back when I was still living with my grandparents and my brother on the East Coast, an explosion like nothing you had ever before torn a gaping hole in the heart of America. There were all kinds of rumors floating around at the time that it was a meteor, that it was nuke dropped by another country. I was just a kid, but even I could tell the adults didn't have a clue. So you can imagine how I felt. And then we found out there had been other explosions, not just in America, but the world over. By the time we learned they were void outs, and what void outs were, the country was pretty much done. Alright, I think that's it. That's it. I'm gonna save and save the rest of the reading and stuff for tomorrow. Or whenever we play this again. Might be a couple days. I really like playing this game for a long time. And like one-shot it. It's really, really fun. I enjoy it a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Thank you guys for joining me. If you haven't hit the follow button, please consider doing so. I would greatly appreciate it.